Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking in live to PPG Paints Arena, home of the Quebec City Bandits, for game number 7 between the St. Louis Cyclones and the pre-mentioned Quebec City Bandits. One heck of a series we have had thus far. St. Louis was up 3-1 in this series. Quebec has come all the way back and has forced a Game 7. Winner goes on to round 2 to face the Cyclones Fencers in France. Now, St. Louis has a track record of being able to pull some shocking things off. They also have a track record of blowing some crazy leads. Game number 1, St. Louis blew a 3-0 lead and allowed Quebec City to win game number 1. They then proceeded to win the next 3 games and since then have lost the prior 2. Could we see Quebec pull off the comeback of the century, or will St. Louis finally prevail as they've been trying to do for the past 2 games? Realistically, the series should have been over in game number 4. It should have been a clean sweep. St. Louis dominated game number 1 until just about the third period started, and the wheels came off the car. An unfortunate game number 1 for St. Louis went the way of Quebec, and Quebec has been able to get into the series. If you remember back to game number 4, I believe it was, the Quebec City Bandits were just mere inches away from scoring the tying goal in the final seconds of the game. St. Louis was able to clear the puck off the goal line and went up 3-1. I think that's resonated with the Quebec City Bandits and has given them a little bit of momentum and a little bit of drive for these last couple games. And it's just been a crazy past 2 games in this series. St. Louis looking to pull it off tonight. Quebec City trying to pull off a shocker. To the rest of the playoff bracket, in the other series in the PPG Paints Conference, like we mentioned, the Cyclones Fencers are awaiting the winner of this series. They eliminated the New Orleans Wildcats in 6 games. Flipping over to the Southwest Conference side of things, the Washington Nationals cleanly eliminated the Indy Motorheads in 5, and the Tampa Bay Ilves eliminated the Boston Riptide in 6. That series will start in just a few nights' time. Ilves and Washington, game number 1 goes in the nation's capital of Washington, D.C. Crazy playoffs so far. The first game 7 of the playoffs so far. Let's not keep you waiting. Let's get going. Cyclones, Bandits, game 7. Phantoms have played, and we are ready for game number 7 in Quebec City. The fate of Canada is on the shoulders for the Quebec City Bandits. The only Canadian team to make it into the playoffs. We are underway. Immediately a shot saved by Jack Campbell. Snoop Dogg in the near corner. He has it turned back the other way towards the net of Jordan Binnington. Victor Olofsson is there. The league's leading scorer and arguably the season MVP has been invisible the past 6 games. I don't even think he's recorded a point yet. To the blue line, cleared around the net. Now down to the far corner behind Jordan Binnington. Near corner, cleared out by the Cyclones. It's a far corner, hits the side of the net of Jack Campbell. He's your starter for the Quebec City Bandits. The opposite net, Jordan Binnington, as it's been all series long. One of the first games Capo Kakinen has not started for the Quebec City Bandits. Now played into the near corner. To the right of Jack Campbell. Chris Pronger now has it behind the net, tries to fire it on, hits the side of the net. Now to the far corner. Pierre Maguire's there with the rest of the pack. Quebec is trying to advance it forward. They fail. Trying to advance it forward again. They still haven't been able to. St. Louis is able to hold it in. There's Henry Jokiharju. Hasn't been able to clear it quite yet. Now they do. It's dumped in. Behind the net of Jordan Binnington. Trying to wrap it around was Philip Zadina. And a good save there by Binnington. He had to be sharp on that one. Blue line and in for Quebec. Pardon me, for St. Louis. Far corner, it's Shea Weber, plays it around to the near corner. Finds Nick Bonino, but it's cleared away off the stick of Snoop Dogg. An opportunity here for the Bandits. Dumped in. Far corner now. Bandits looking to get it out. They finally do. Dump it down. Takes a friendly bounce for the Bandits in the slot. Zegras misses just wide. Near boards fired down by Quebec. Sorry for the pause there. I was typing in game. All the way back to the net behind Jack Campbell. Now here's a chance in the slot. A good defensive stick wide, or knocked that puck wide. To the far corner, now a chance for Vince Dunn, tries to tuck it in, saved by Jack Campbell. Vince Dunn has been hot for St. Louis as of late. Opportunity here, fired down just wide of Binnington's net. Now to the near boards, fired back around and up and out of play. 9:18 remaining. Shots are 5-2 in favor of the Quebec City Bandits. Score remains at goose eggs for the time being. Ville Husso has now come in to replace Jordan Binnington. It is still Jack Campbell between the pipes for the Quebec City Bandits. Dumped in now. Chance in the slot here maybe for Snoop Dogg. He loses it. Mike Hoffman now has it, bumped down the other way. There's a chance here, steered by a good defensive stick into the corner. Fired all the way down and around. It's a funny hop off Campbell, or out behind of Campbell's net. Fired in. Pavel Bure now with it. Far corner, Braden Shen. Blue line dumped in behind Jack Campbell's net, near corner now. Nick Bonino with it. Fired out, misses just wide. To the near corner. Opportunity here for Quebec to strike first. They fire off a point pass, but it misses just wide. Near corner to the right of Jack Campbell. Ryan Reeves now with it. Now it's Pavel Bure. Bure's trying to play it around. Far corner now. Justin Falk's able to hold it for the time being. Falk still with it. Behind the net, Braden Shen. There's Tarasenko trying to get off of Moritz Seider. He does for the moment. Seider gets it back though. There's Bure. To the boards, looking for a clear. They haven't got it yet. A good forecheck here by the St. Louis Cyclones. Played to the point. Matt Zuccarello was there. The puck still hasn't gotten out, and now it finally does off an errant pass off a St. Louis stick. But it finds another St. Louis player in Braden Shen. They have been dominating puck possession, although the shots don't prove that. Shot on. I believe that took a deflection. Don't think it ever reached Jack Campbell. It got close, though. To the far corner behind the net. Looking for a clear. Quebec City still hasn't cleared it yet. Finally looking for it to Pierre McGuire, but it's met at center ice by Shen, who fires it in, but a little bit too hard. Now Quebec gets their clear, as it's now to the left of Ville-Husso. Blue line, central ice, and cleared out by St. Louis. Braden Shen now behind the net of Jack Campbell. Brings out to the slot to the blue line. Here's maybe a chance for Quebec City. No, it gets knocked to the near boards, up and out of play. Just 12 seconds remaining here in the first period. Bertuzzi and Snoop Dogg in the draw, fired right down. One last chance, a good opportunity there for Snoop Dogg. Well, that will do it for the end of one. St. Louis and Quebec are knotted at 0. Shots are 5-2 in favor of the Quebec City Bandits. Although the puck possession has been heavily dominated by the St. Louis Cyclones, it does not seem like the shots are 5-2 Quebec City. Binnington/Hussos had to make some good saves. But St. Louis has had the puck most of the time, although they haven't tested Jack Campbell very much. Let's see if that changes in this period. Clutterbuck and Snoop Dogg in the draw. Fired down by Quebec. They won that draw. Across the blue line, maybe an offensive opportunity here for Quebec. Haven't got it yet. Here it is, sent down by St. Louis as the puck died at the side of the net. Instead of popping off, another chance at the side of the net. Play it back to the blue line and cleared away by Quebec. Shen, here's a chance for Quebec, and they missed just wide and fired out of play. Face-off dot, Tyler Bertuzzi and Chris Pronger. Right off the draw, it's won by Quebec City once again. Andrei Svechnikov now has it. You haven't seen him much in this series. One of the star players for St. Louis. Been just about invisible. Alexis Lafreniere now has it behind the net. He tries to fire it out of harm's way. Does for the time being. Can Moritz Seider follow it up? Yes, he can. He gets it cleared off. A beautiful pass to Alexis Lafreniere. He's trying to advance it forward. He does, trying to get into the slot. Can't for the time being. Jaden Schwartz now has it. He gets knocked off of it. To the blue line, there's nobody there. There's no hand fin. Puck squirts out of the Quebec offensive zone, blocked by Schwartz. That one wasn't quite going to reach Campbell. Far corner now to the left of Jack Campbell. Tyler Bertuzzi now with it. Now Todd Bertuzzi trying to clear for Quebec. They can't after a sprawling offensive player, I should say, held that puck in, but now they've lost it to center. Opportunity, shoots just wide. Probably the best offensive chance thus far for Quebec City. Missed just wide of Husso's cage. This game remains tied at 0-0. And we shouldn't be overly surprised that it's a tight, low-scoring event. That's generally speaking what you see out of Game 7. Fired right down, missed just wide. Another good opportunity for the Cyclones. In behind the net of Ville-Husso. St. Louis is able to clear, but I believe that came off the stick. Chance in the slot here for St. Louis. They couldn't get a shot. Vince Dunn now has it. On the far side, they get it cleared. The Quebec defense does. But now Svechnikov's able to clear the puck right out of harm's way. Quebec's not able to get any offensive zone pressure here. Everything's going back the other way just about immediately as that shot just came wide. Now it's coming back into the St. Louis defensive zone. Stopped by Jonas Brodin. Side of the net, opportunity, missed wide, comes around to the near boards. Tarasenko's looking for a clear. Hasn't got it yet, fired it at his own goalie, but it was a save. Puck now sliding back into the Quebec City defensive end. Near corner for Pietrangelo. Good forecheck here for the Cyclones. Point pass, takes an odd deflection. Found Reeves, but he wasn't able to really keep it in or keep much pressure for the Cyclones. In behind the net. The scrum, won by Alex Pietrangelo of the St. Louis Cyclone. Far corner to the left of Campbell. Now behind the net, Pietrangelo still leading the charge here for St. Louis. Near corner, there's Ryan O'Reilly. Played into the slot, no one was home. And the Bandits are able to get it out. A little bit of bickering there between teammates, but St. Louis is able to clear it out of their defensive end. A real low-scoring affair thus far. Still 0-0. Opportunity here. Maybe they shoot it just wide. Kyle Okposo trying to get Quebec on the board first here, just over halfway through the second period, meaning we are on the second half of this game. Kyle Okposo's turned south. He's going the wrong way for his teammates. Vince Dunn now with it. Has had a heck of a last couple of games. Got a goal in the last game too. A bump had the puck turned back the other way. Jonas Brodin center ice, shot down by Hoffman. Bure tried to follow it up, a miscue by Mike Hoffman, but he couldn't as he fired it wide to the blue line and out. Here's Chris Pronger battling Matt Dumba. Dumba one for the time being. There's Pronger, fires it off the boards again. It's Pronger still with it, coming back down the other way to score! Takes a couple on, bounces it in. Pavel Bure is going to be credit. Quebec is 1-0. Miscommunication from St. Louis. Fire it backwards, a bounce, and missing to do so. And that is an embarrassing end to the season if St. Louis can fail to find the back of the net of the Quebec City net. Not their own. Quebec City from down 3-1 in the series to up 1-0 in game number 7. Here's a chance for St. Louis to answer. They can't. Comes back down the other way, missed just wide. Another opportunity for St. Louis, but cleared away by Quebec. Fires on just wide. Henry Yukimari tried to follow it up and lost. Bure does get credit for it on the scoring summary. Assist by Cal Clutterbuck. That goal coming at the 15:33 mark of the second period. Chance! St. Louis fired it through the crease and wide. Comes back down the other way, misses just wide again. Of their own net this time. St. Louis has it back, pointed south. Fire it down to the near corner. Takes a funny hop off the back of the net, but comes back into the corner. Cal Clutterbuck looking to clear it out of the end for Quebec City. Now they do have it cleared. Just missed Jared Spurgeon. As the puck flung around to the near side boards. Another opportunity. That one blocked once again by Henry Yukimari. Just a minute to go here in the middle stanza. Pietrangelo leading the rush. He couldn't get anything on net there. Pietrangelo still has it. Takes a bump from Okposo. Tarasenko now with it. Okposo looking to clear and does. Quebec gets it out of the rear end, and that will do it for the second period of play. The Quebec City Bandits are on the board 1-0 after 2 periods of play. Shots are 6-5 in favor of the aforementioned Quebec City Bandits. And that period seemed like a period where Quebec was getting a little bit more offense than St. Louis was. That dominating offense we saw in that first period out of the Cyclones wasn't quite as dominating. Quebec made some adjustments. Let's see if St. Louis can make some adjustments heading into the third period. Tarasenko and the season MVP Olofsson in to take the draw. Kind of a tie there, but Quebec ended up winning it. In the slot. What a play by Jared Spurgeon, but no one was home to put it into the net. Neutral ice, Shea Weber now with it. He gets bumped off it. Here's Ryan Johansson, met by Philip Zadina. Into the near corner, still battling Zadina Johansson, and now the scrum has caught up to them. Far corner. Ryan Johansson still with it. Comes back down into his own end. Another opportunity. Spurgeon, Zadina. They couldn't get wood on it. Here's a chance for Vince Dunn in St. Louis the other way, but a good defensive play by Zadina. Now they got it headed north, but it's going to miss just wide of Husso's net. Olofsson won that race. An opportunity in front. Shot on, just wide. Rebound. No one was quite there. Played behind the net, looking to get it clear as St. Louis. They now have it. Jaden Schwartz had it. He gets bumped off of it. Lafreniere now with it. He loses it. Pietrangelo trying to lead the rush here. Hannafin now has it near corner. He gets bumped. Vince Dunn, Todd Bertuzzi, and everybody else. Kyle has it. They finally got it cleared. It's now going to come back into the Quebec City end. That takes a pretty good bounce for St. Louis. Wasn't quite going towards the net though. Quebec City is able to put it out of harm's way. Opportunity! Saved by Husso. And cleared away by a St. Louis stick. Puck's in the middle of the ice. Here's Moritz Seider looking to steer it wide of his net. He does. A good defensive play there by Moritz. Mike Hoffman looking to steer it back towards the Quebec City net. They haven't quite got it there yet. Seider and Todd Bertuzzi in the corner, looking to clear it. At this point, Quebec City might just be trying to kill the time. They've cleared it out. It's going to miss wide of Husso's net. They've taken some strategy notes from the Tempere Ilves. It seems fired down. It's off the post. It doesn't go in. How does that one stay out? I don't know how St. Louis did not score right there. At the blue line, another chance for the Cyclones. It's going to miss just wide. Their Snoop Dogg couldn't put it home. Bertuzzi fires it the other way. They miss just wide. Into the slot. Dumba's there. In the blue. In the blue. Matt Dumba. It's 2-0. Bandits to Quebec City, and this game might just be out of reach. Matt Dumba might have just sent the Quebec City Bandits to round number 2. Quebec City has had to fight these last 3 games to get to the position they're in. But fight they did. There is no shortage of fight in this team. They might have just put it out of reach. St. Louis hasn't been able to beat Jack Campbell yet in this game. And now Quebec City leads by 2. Here's one coming back down the St. Louis way. Offensive way, I should say. But every time St. Louis gets a chance, Quebec is right there to shut it down. Now behind the net of Campbell. Olofsson, the team MVP all season long. Gonna clearly score! Victor Olofsson, just as I mentioned him. 3-0. The Art Ross winner. Victor Olofsson has made it 3-0 for the Quebec City Bandits. And that's got to do it. The Quebec City Bandits, now not confirmed, seem to be heading on to round number 2 of the Intercontinental Cup playoffs. And another chance misses just wide. How can you not be romantic about hockey? What an unbelievable story this has turned out to be for one of 2 teams from the country of Canada. The entire country is behind the Quebec City Bandits, except for maybe Western Canada, who want so badly their Vancouver Outlaws. Here's a chance! Misses just off the side of the net. Who wants so badly for their Vancouver Outlaws? Another chance. Banks off the side of the net. It's going to be cleared away by Vince Dunn. Who wants so badly for their Vancouver Outlaws to show up the other Canadian team. They haven't been able to do it. Outlaws missed the playoffs this season. The Bandits did not. The red and white is behind them, and the red and black team has showed up for the country tonight. The owner, Athena Pai, of the Quebec City Bandits has just entered the building. Unbelievably nervous, obviously, the last couple of games, going down 3-1. The net is empty for the St. Louis Cyclones, just trying to get one. trying to build a little bit of momentum. The owner of the St. Louis Cyclones is nowhere to be seen, and I can't say I blame him. Athena Pi is here and ready to celebrate with their squad. 2 and a bit minutes remaining here in the third period of game number 7. The only game 7 we will see in round 1, as that puck's coming down the other way. It's off the post. Just missed the Donning cage. Athena ready to celebrate with her team. Ready to advance to Lille Nice, France. 2 French-speaking teams will face each other in round number 2. 40 seconds remaining for the Quebec City Bandits. Time is ticking. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That will do it. The Quebec City Bandits are heading to round number 2. They have won 3 games. And there's Athena Pi, obviously incredibly happy for their team. What an unbelievable series we have had. St. Louis up 3-1, could just not hold on. The Quebec City Bandits are moving on to round number 2 of the Intercontinental Cup playoffs. And there it is, the greatest tradition of all of sports, the handshake line, after an incredibly hard-fought series between 2 warrior teams, the Cyclones and the Bandits, second and third in their respective conference. And the second place team, the second seeded team, the Bandits, come out on top, even after it looked like that they may not. That concludes the first round of the Intercontinental Cup playoffs. The Quebec City Bandits are moving on to round number 2 to face the Lille Nice Fencers in a French-speaking affair. Maybe I better take a few more French lessons. Maybe we ought to air those games strictly in French. That'd be fun. Round number 2. Stick around. Well, maybe not stick around. We'll be back in a couple of nights for the start of round number 2. Quebec, Lille Nice, Tampere, Washington are heading to round number 2. It is the final 4 of the Intercontinental Cup playoffs. Winner of those series will head to the Intercontinental Cup finals. Thank you for watching, everyone. I have been Builder. My broadcast partner and cameraman tonight is DNP, as per every night. We thank you so very much for watching. Congratulations to Athena Pi and the Quebec City Bandits coming back after an incredible series and clinching a round 1 victory over the St. Louis Cyclones. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great night.